Hi there, welcome back to the RPS project. Today what am I going to be doing? Well, I've decided I need to make some lighting to light up this desk, which is dismal. Really, it's quite dull in here, and I got pretty poor lighting in here. I thought I'd have a go at making my own lighting though. So I've got a bit of a circuit. It's this one. Now this circuit isn't totally correct. Some things I need to change on there, but I've got the circuit. I don't know what I want to be creating. I'm going to use a 555 for a PWM output to drive some transistors to link up to some LEDs and hopefully give me some more lighting in here that I can then, so from the 555 with the PWM I can control the well, I suppose control the tone, control how bright they are, and have some element of control over that lighting. Of course I've got to build the thing. Now I've tried to work out how the circuit's going to work, how I'm going to put it together. Now the thing is though, I've only got Stripboard, which is perfectly good. I'm going to be able to cut this down and make some PCB boards that have got all the components from that I need. But first of all, I'm going to have to cut this down and get it ready for populate with some components. I don't have the facilities to make my own PCBs. It'd be great if I could, but I don't, so Stripboard it is. Now I'm going to make this one, which I don't know if you can be able to see that. Worked out a little diagram for the 555. There's going to be 3 of them. Then there's a big board with all the transistors on. It seems like I'm using a lot of transistors, but these are fairly beefy LEDs, so I want basically 1 transistor per LED. I could do it other ways, but trying to keep it fairly simple, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll need to create a little power board for them, so I can put some 9 volt and 12 volt regulators on there. The 9 volt is going to be powering the 555s because I've got 9 volts input onto that circuit, but the LEDs are all going to be powered from 12 volts, so I'll have to make myself a little power board up that's got the 78L09 and 78L12, or L7809 and 12 respectively, so I can power these up. So better get on and start cutting things up and getting them ready for components. Okay, so I've got some Stripboard here. I've just marked up a little bit. Again, I apologise for the lighting because it is terrible in here, but hopefully we can get that sorted out. I've got a piece here that might actually work for this bit with all the transistors on. It's sort of pretty much the right size, so I can mark that up in a bit, so I don't need to cut that out. I just need to cut out some pieces from this one for the 555 circuit. So let's cut some bits out. And there you go. I've got a 4 boards that I want to start with, so now I need to get and mark up where all these components are going to go. Of course, it's going to take some time to get that sorted, so I shall get that on and we'll come back to it. Okay, so I'm going to start marking up the PCBs, and might take some time this, so a bit of time lapse hopefully coming on. So there you go, that's 3 boards marked up, and now I need to just, when I'd marked them on the back, I just need to break the tracks at that point. So there it is, got the tool. So just going to break the tracks on the back here, this little fancy little tool. As you can see, it doesn't do much, just basically a drill bit and a fancy handle. Turn around and just cut the tracks. Let's just grab my scalpel. And same on the other 2. Man, where did the light go? This is why I need some more lighting. Nearly done. There's one other bit I've got to break, and that's obviously the links between the pins for the IC, which are up here. So just work out which one that is. That'll be those 4. Right, let's see if I can copy that onto these. So 1, 2, 3, 4th one up. If I don't cut these, then the thing will never work. So get these done. Now this may seem like a lot of work just to light some LEDs up, but you know, I want to understand, I don't want to be able to make something that works and understand how that circuit works. I could just go out there and buy a dedicated LED driver unit. But where's the fun in that, eh? Where can I understand that? I could take it apart and have a look at the circuit, but then I haven't had to go through the process of looking at the components, working out what I'm going to use, putting it together, building it, planning the circuit, and that's what this that's what my channel's about, my project. So yeah, I could go out and buy an LED driver, but I'm not. I'm going to see if I can try and make my own. So there we go. 3 boards all marked up, ready for components. So on to the next stage. Okay, so I've got a bunch of components here, and I'm going to hopefully build up this at least one of these PCBs, and to a point where I can hopefully test it. So okay, let's go on and build it up from this circuit, but this diagram that I've created. So here we go. Okay, there we go. One PCB done, just 2 more, and we'll be light on that, mate. Two more, and then I'll be able to, I suppose I'll be able to test them and see if I've got it all right. On we go. Okay folks, looks like I've jumped on a little bit here, but I have built 3 of these little boards, as I said I was going to do. I've actually built a little sort of power board. It's I suppose I've overdone it a bit there, you know. I've got basically a voltage regulator, a 9 volt for the 555 boards, which that 9 volt should be able to do all 3 boards, but then I've got an individual voltage regulator for each 12 volts into for the LEDs, and I've put one LED here. Now the idea is that one of these will control 3 LEDs. The reason for each LED bank having their own voltage regulator. This is going to be running from 9 volts, whereas the LEDs are running from 12 volts. I've got a 15 volt power supply. Now I've rigged up one LED and it seems to sort of work, but it's not quite as I would expect. So I'll turn this one on. It is bright, so let's see what it looks like. I use this bit of thick tissue paper type stuff so we don't blind anybody or damage the camera, I suppose. A nice green there, hey? And boy, it is bright when I've let's see if I can say there's a little bit of adjust in that, but it's not dimming down in the way that I would want it to dim down. So I might have to have a little bit of a look on the circuit, maybe look at the capacitance or resistance within the 555 circuit, so I can try and get that to go and dim down somewhat rather more than it is, because that's so bright, and I've got to have this over it, otherwise I'd be blinding myself. And you can see it's green around the edges. To me it's just a nice green, but on this camera it's looking really quite bright in the centre. So there we go, there's a green hue all over the place, very very bright. So actually yes, the circuit is working, not quite the way I expect it to work, but it is a working circuit, and there is a little bit of control in that, but nowhere near as much as I'd want. So I think I'm going to have to come back to this and have a look at this again a little bit later, and I'll see what else we can get it to look like, see what else I can do with it, because it definitely seems to work. As long as you don't mind being blinded, but I'm sure I'll solve that. Okay, so hopefully there'll be a part 2 to this.